And I've got a couple of them that puts tattoos of demons on their shoulders, like a Kamana or Baphomet or a Baal or something like that. And that's horrible. Basically, what you're saying is you're branding yourself to the demons. You're basically saying, I belong to these demons. So when we get something like that in an exorcism, we'll put exorcise oil on the tattoos. We'll decommission the tattoos, and you get a reaction. You get a strong reaction, when you do that. So I am frightened by the people today who just really don't know and are messing with evil things.
Even, I won't name who it was, but a particular famous priest ended up getting a tattoo, and then he shows it on his podcast and this and that. And he says, the church has never said anything against tattoo. It's actually right in Scripture where God says, do not tattoo yourself like the pagans. I mean, it's that clear, right? And so then people say, oh, well, then Christian tattoos are okay. No, that's not what the issue is. So basically, tattooing, the reason tattooing is immoral, it's the primary reason is against the first category of natural inclination of the natural law, which is to preserve our being as it is. This is why the moral manuals in the past, they rarely talked about it because it just simply was not part of the Christian ethos because it was completely foreign to it. The only people that might get it is like sailors and particularly bad people. And so it was never considered that much of an issue, but it was always considered against the fifth commandment because it was a form of mutilation. So that was it. The content obviously can be offensive to God. It doesn't have to be offensive to God. But quite frankly, people say, well, the Christian tattoo isn't as bad as actually it's worse because what you're doing is you're using a Christian symbol in something that's actually a form of, it's sinful, which is mutilation. So it's actually worse. In fact, one of the things I can tell people is so we have to decommission tattoos. And part of that, it basically means is that as exorcists, we come across people where the demon has a particular attachment to the individual based on the tattoo that the person has. And when you get the demons under duress, they'll actually say things like they consider the tattoo that they convinced the person to get their brand on the individual. This is one of the reasons why we have actually, there's two different rituals you can use one can be done by a priest. The other one people can do themselves to decommission tattoos. But the point being is that the worst tattoo I ever had to decommission, it was a tattoo of St. Michael the Archangel. It was a magnificent tattoo, beautiful tattoo. But the woman, it's the most pain I've ever seen anybody go through in decommissioning that tattoo. That is of St. Michael. So the fact is that Christian tattoos still fall under that same rubric. It's still a form of mutilation. Historically, it was considered mortally sinful, and that's what they call the parsimoniousness of the matter, which basically just meant like if you had just a little dot or something, that would be one thing. But normal tattooing is considered grave matter. So Christian tattoos, because recently I've noticed guys are saying, well, Father Ripperger didn't condemn Christian tattoos. First of all, I'm not the guy condemning it. The entire Catholic moral tradition, the entire Old Testament condemned it. So there it is.